Hello everyone and welcome to the third match in a best of 5, 7, 5, 7, 5. I don't even know. Not even gonna ask. Anyway, so it's a best of something, and we're at 2-0. I'll find out which one it is. Someone will tell me in chat. Please, someone tell me in chat. We're actually switching sides. It is currently 2-0 in favor of nDR versus the Suicide Squad. We have Impact Maker now going to be playing as Monster. We saw Impact Maker earlier playing during the glitch games, as I like to refer to them as, which means driver bugs and driver errors and all this other crappy things. But we saw him play immensely up against Horse Toast and doing a great job locking down those wins for his team. That critical win, pushing his team to the tiebreaker, which ended up securing his team to the next round. So good on him, and we'll have to see what he does this game. Versus nDR, he's currently down 2-0, and he's going to be fighting an uphill battle the entire way. So let's take a look at the nDR lineup. First off, on Assault, playing the Renegade Abe with a nice gas mask and, you know, the default shield from Dropship. We do see we have a Renegade Abe being played by BadJuju. And if we take a look at the next player on the list, which is Mini CP, you can guess what the CP stands for. We have a few theories, but I'll let you type them all in chat. He's going to be playing on Medic. Remember, keep it PG. He's a little bit young. Okay, give the guy a little bit of a, you know, easy one, all right? And, of course, next on the list, we have Nero going to be going on Sunny, locking in the beautiful Babe with the jetpack booster, making sure everyone's safe and everyone's traveling at a good enough speed. Lastly enough, we have Endgame playing for nDR, going to be on Crow with the beautiful, beautiful gold Gobi skin. But, of course, in the meantime, while I was introducing everyone, we have a dome being thrown with a lockdown coming out, being thrown by BadJuju, who's the only person still in the dome. Renegade Abe is dealing damage. They're looking to buy time by the looks of it. If you look at it, they're all outside. Breathing through the wall right now. Endgame does step inside, looking to see what he can get. Mini's going to be staying on the outside. Nero has stepped in, put down the Sunny Drone. Going to be looking to see what we get. Impact Maker immediately getting rid of those Sunny Drones. Looking to see what he can get. BadJuju going to get slapped and charged. Everything's going to be thrown on him. Looking to see if he can choose his target. Does decide to go after Nero, and that was a near close hit. He's going in and trying to get a swipe on it. Goes in and gets a heavy to the face. Not quite enough. He's jetpacking side to side. Mini CP is going to be stepping up, though, trying to see what healing he can do from close proximity to Nero. And here comes the leap, knocking Nero on the low ground. Just kidding. Nero jumps down on his own free will, and he's going to be able to keep himself up. Mini CP is, however, going to be healing up a storm on the low ground. You just see those pulses going left, right, and center. He is going to be staying on the high ground. The Impact Maker realizes that he's not going to get anything in this dome. Does decide to re-engage, though, shortly after and says, you know what? I'm going after Mini. I don't care. And down goes the dome, which means Impact Maker has significantly taken an impact to the face and will be leaving momentarily. BadJuju is quickly on the pursuit, getting boosted forward by Nero, getting slowed down by the stasis from Crow. Going to be locking it. We see the shots coming in charge, getting to be used. We got more damage coming out of BadJuju, more punishment. He's already at half HP. This might actually make it a quick win. Who knows? We'll have to see what happens. Flame Breath being used, trying to get some quick armor. Not quite able to get anything. There it goes, getting some quick armor. Gets one of the two meats. Only got half of it just because of the power of Nero. But let's take a look at these perk choices. We have Beat Speed. Even though he was able to stop it with beat speed there, that's impressive right there. That's a lot of damage being pumped out. We have the poison and the extra damage dots coming out of Impact Maker. Makes sense. We have Renegade Abe going with a quick swap, double increased damage. We have Mini CP going with the afterburners and reload and capacity. Just wanted a little bit of everything. Wanted a little bit of, you know, the McDonald's Happy Meal. Oh no, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, Evolve. Well, good news is it's not the stream going down. Rip. Gotta love it. We're loading back in already, guys. So don't you worry. We're back in. But yeah, so we had all those perks coming up. It's a very interesting choice that they decided to go with that. And we'll be able to see what they're going off on the forward. We won't be missing anything. He'll be running around getting food, and they won't have Dome for a significant amount of time. They're going to be pushing it forward, trying to get it up and getting it going. You did see that they did still have another 30 seconds to Dome, more than enough time to get back into the match. We're reconnecting at this point, and it'll be just a quick moment. We're going to see what happens, though. nDR has done a very concise job of applying pressure, making sure that nothing else happens to him, able to keep up the pressure, keep up the chase, and doing what they can to apply direct early pressure. This is a composition that does really well in the early game due to the amount of damage they're able to apply in the first couple domes. Renegade Abe does also reduce the amount of damage that the monster's able to deal. He's a great defensive mixture with Slim, along with the Sunny Drone, and with everything else that's coming forward. Yep, there it is. The wrecked emoticon's coming out right now. It's okay. Is that Mickey streaming? I know. My bad. So we look like we did actually have an engagement just at the start of the dome. Did actually immediately break through the armor. Rocks being thrown out. Looking to see what we get. We have ability bonus being put through. We have Nero getting in. Does get the leap on it. Does connect on Nero. Looking to deal damage. Burning right through him. Gets a heavy. And we're going to see what he does at this point. And We're going to see what kind of damage he puts right through. Get the rockets picked up, connects on Nero. Not quite able to get it, though, due to the reduced damage and the slim healing, but does finally get it with the actual charge afterwards. 2 bars of health remaining, applying direct pressure. Going to be looking to shoot again. Mini CP quickly healing up Nero. That is the first strike of the game. Going to be going on Nero, which means that he's going to have to make these last 2 bars of health very much remaining. That's all he's got left. He needs to evolve, get himself out to stage 3, and then he'll be able to stand a good fighting chance against this team. Another thing to keep in mind is this is going to be a Crow game, so armor is not as much of a factor when you take into consideration the charge shots. With the damage increase plus the charge shots, this could be a very quick 2 bars of health through armor for Crow if they're able to apply it. We'll have to see what exactly is going on and all that jazz. So right now we have itself pushing off along this north side. Oh, sorry, south side. Looks like they're locking in. Sonny's going to be looking to get the bonus. And look, there's the rock going over the top. Not even close to Nero, whipping it right on past her. Impact Maker's trying to get what he can out of it, but they're going to be applying a large amount of pressure. Here we go with the chase. We got Jeff applying pressure on this side, keeping him locked in and forcing him towards the east. We got, look over here, we got ourselves a Slim that's already ready to cut. He's getting within 80. Endgame's about to get boosted up. Here comes the rock and everything else being thrown, trying to see what they can get. Picking up as much armor and as much stage momentum as he can get. Dome is going to be ready in 2 seconds, 1 second, ready to drop, locking it down. Applying pressure is going to be the next game. They're looking to get the next Dome. If they get the next Dome before he's able to stage up, and he's not able to get these, here comes the Crow shots, looking to see what he can get. Let's take a look from the Crow perspective. Monster is in range, trying to see what he can get. Look at the charge shots coming right on through, just chipping away what he can. Not quite connecting, missing these shots. Trying to see what he does get one finally, and he's able to go in, which forces Impact Maker to go after him. And we look at Impact Maker. At first person he goes after is indeed Sunny, trying to see what he can get. Does change his mind and goes straight for Mini. And he's getting rid of the shield drone at the same time. And he's just kind of making up his mind which one he wants to go through. He just keeps cycling his targets. Switching on through. Does get the double leap. Going on through. Does go after our good old buddy Crow. Endgame's just applying charge shots in his rear. Trying to see what he can get. Boosting to the side. Coming out of Nero. Going to be keeping Endgame alive. Boosting him from one side to the other. Going to be applying pressure. Non-stop damage. Going to be going for it. Going to be looking trying to melt. And here we go. Looking to see what he can get. Not able to get any damage out due to the reduced damage. Plus shield drone. Plus Slim. The amount of healing and survivability of this team is immense. The pressure's coming in, trying to see what he can get. The R through armor and the R in the last bit of health, which drains down the monster. Impact Maker is taken down. That does make it 3-0 in favor of nDR versus Suicide Squad. And I'm pretty sure that means it's a best of 5. So we'll have to see what happens. So if you're in the YouTube playlist and you don't see anything else in the YouTube playlist, that means it's best of 5. If you see something else in the YouTube playlist, then clearly it was a best of 7. We'll have to see what goes on. But in the meantime, that's it. That's all for now. It was a very hard-working game. We saw good early engagements, lots of early pressure. And we'll have to see what they do in the next match. For the meantime, guys, that's it. That's all. We got a quick little fade in, fade out for the sake of editing. We'll be able to crop all that out and get that good old for you on the YouTube playlist. If you're watching live, then stay tuned. I believe we have more. Nope, that's it. It's a best of 5. So that means that that would be all. I got good games being called by nDR and by SSQ. So that'll be it. That's all. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We're going to be throwing out a host over to someone else in the community. And if you're watching the YouTube playlist, then yeah. So if you're watching live, stay tuned. We'll be able to throw you up to someone else in the community. Hope you enjoyed yourself, had a good time. So stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you had a blast.